my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
Ride Rage 2RRR 88.5 FM, Sydney's premier motorcycle radio program. Joining us on the line, if all things being equal, we should have Glenn Allerton joining us on the phone. Are you there, Glenn?
I sure am. How you going?
Very well, thanks.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, it must be getting very exciting for you, Glenn. Of course, the final round of the Woodstock Bourbon round of the Australian Superbikes is happening this weekend at Phillip Island. I know it's so close between the three of you at the top of the field. You obviously want to take this win. Where's your mind at the moment with it?
Yeah, it has become close. Somehow I've managed to let them catch back up. I had a pretty handy lead there at one point, but now the boys have caught up to me, in the last couple of rounds. But I've had a few dramas with the thing of the bike, and we got on top of that last week at a two-day test at Phillip Island that we did, and I'm glad to say that I got that old feeling back with the bike, the feeling that I had at the start of the year, that confidence that I had back, and I'm feeling pretty good about going down there and trying to win 2 races.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we did speak to your other 2 compatriots or opponents who'll be trying to work to get to the top of the step on the weekend last week, and of course, that was actually a ride day that you were down there doing some testing, so that would have been a bit interesting to try to give a little space to all the other punters around the place, and still do some testing as well.
Yeah, it was tricky, being that it was a ride day, but if you pick your spots, you can you get what you'd want done on a day like that. My main areas were a couple of corners on the track where I know that I'm losing time to the other 2. That I've gathered that from the race that we did the GP in the V8 round at the Superbike Open.
Yes.
And I just worked on those problem areas, and I ended up getting a good feeling. So it was a really good test.
That's fantastic, and of course, there's only, as I say, 2 points lead at the moment. It's so close that you've really got to have that mental aptitude. In a week or the week leading up to it, is there anything that you do yourself in terms of physical preparation or your diet or anything that you change or get your head right into to really put yourself in the zone for racing on a weekend like this, particularly in the final round?
Yeah, look, you've got to hydrate yourself, and I do a bit of carb loading, so I eat a lot more pasta, so you've got a little more energy in your energy stores, and
sure.
I actually taper off. I don't train as much in a weekend of like a week coming up to a race weekend. I stop training, and I get massages and make sure that I'm feeling fresh, and that my timing's I can be as sharp as possible, because it's all about riding. Being really good with your timing, making sure that you can see as much as possible, so that you can ride well and make sure that you sleep well the week coming up to a race, so that you're up and ready to go.
It must be hard to remain relaxed and trying to sleep well when you know the amount going through your head. It's got to be a bit of a hard thing to balance, I guess.
Yeah, I've been riding laps at Phillip Island for the past 2 weeks every night in my head. So all the scenarios are coming through my head. What happens if I'm in this position, that position, if it rains, if it's dry. All that's come running through my head. That's something I just can't switch off. But I think that's what makes me different from just a normal everyday person.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, exactly right. You can really visualise exactly what's going to happen, and I guess the one thing you don't have a lot of control over is the weather. I believe that there's quite a damp outlook for Phillip Island this weekend. So you've ridden in those sort of conditions before, though, and with slick tyres as well.
Yeah, absolutely. At Queensland Raceway, I had to do the last race of the day. The wet bike had a technical problem, and it was because of the wet weather. Got into the electrics and the bike wouldn't go, so I had to race with slick tyres on, and still got a good result. Got 5th place, pulled in some good points, and they all count towards the end. And if I hadn't have gone out and done that race, I probably wouldn't be leading right now. So I'm ready for whatever happens. I've got all my helmet ready. Helmets are all ready in case it rains. Different leathers, got the wet weather suit, and the team's ready with the settings, and we're ready for anything that is going to happen, so I'm prepared.
That's good. You can't let it concern you, can you? I mean, you cannot change the weather. You're all going to be racing in the same conditions. So it's just a case of, you're ready mentally, physically, and every other way. So
just do the best you can no matter what happens.
Glenn, great luck this weekend. I certainly hope you're able to come away with the trophy. And it's going to be, you'll be glad to see Sunday night, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. Can't wait for the party.
Fantastic. Look, all the best of luck. I hope it all goes well for you, and we look forward to seeing you on top of the podium.
Thank you very much, and thanks to the viewers, and I hope you people can get out and have a look.
Yes, well, Phil will be down there doing the course commentary. He'll be trackside with you, so he'll catch you up personally.
Okay.
Good on you. Thanks a lot, Glenn. Cheers. So, Glenn Allerton, obviously leading currently the Australian Superbike Championship. He's also the current champion from 2008. We certainly wish him well. It is going to be very close this weekend, and whatever coverage you can get onto. Hopefully there'll be coverage on mcnews.com.au amongst other things to get all that done. Yeah. Look, it's been great to have Leno in the program again today. And,
thanks very much.
Thanks for your first one. It wasn't as bad as what you thought, was it, mate?
No. Bit out of the way, but yeah.
Fantastic. No, look, we appreciate you being in here. Because get out and get your copy of the Green Horror tomorrow. You'll be able to read up on the 9 nudies. And amongst all the other things from the Milan show and all the other good stuff in there. And the wrap up of the sport. We need to get out of here. Please stay rubber side down and safe. We'll catch you next week. Bye now.